Hello, my friends. I hope you had a good week. We're coming to you today to talk about another way that you can get closer to God and grow your relationship with God. Last week we talked about prayer and how that's talking to God and just telling God what's on your mind, what's on your heart. This week we're going to talk about reading scripture or the Bible. They're kind of two words to describe the same thing. And I'm sure you have read some Bible stories in Sunday school. And reading the Bible is one of the ways that we get to know what God is like and what kind of things God does for us and what kind of things God has done in the past for God's people. But it's one thing to just read the Bible, and it's another thing to say, what does this mean for me? What does this look like for me? So today I want to show you a couple of different Bibles that I have. One Bible, this one says the New Oxford Annotated Bible. And what that means is that at the bottom of the Bible, you see there's a graph there, or a illustration on this side that shows the family tree of some of the people in the Bible. And then when you look, this is the Bible part, but all this smaller stuff down here is background information. So it talks about what was going on at the time that the scripture was written. It talks about some of the places and the geography. It talks about what different people think that this has meant over the years. So having one of these, and this might be something you get more interested in as you get older, but having one of these is a really neat way to learn more about the Bible rather than just read the stories. So another interesting way of reading the Bible is to read from different translations. So this one is called the New Revised Standard Version. And sometimes the language can be a little bit old school. It can be a little kind of awkward and confusing. So I'm going to read a passage about Joseph, and you might remember the story of Joseph. It says, "Once Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, 'Listen to this dream that I dreamed. There we were binding sheaves in the field. Suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright. Then your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheaf.' His brothers said to him, 'Are you indeed to reign over us? Are you indeed to have dominion over us?' So they hated him even more because of his dreams and his words." And we can get an idea of what that means, but one way to make it a little bit more understandable is to read a different translation. So this is actually one translation of the Bible that's really helpful because it talks more the way we talk, and that can make it more understandable. So let me find the same part, but read it from this different translation. Okay. "Joseph had a dream. When he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said, 'Listen to this dream I had. We were all out in the field gathering bundles of wheat. All of a sudden, my bundle stood straight up, and your bundles circled around it and bowed down to mine.' His brother said, 'So, you're going to rule us? You're going to boss us around?' And they hated him more than ever because of his dreams and the way he talked." So you can see the difference between those two. The second one's a bit easier to understand. And that's one way we can learn what the Bible is saying. You might have a children's Bible where the stories are boiled down to just the most important parts, or that maybe have pictures to show what happened. So, reading those stories and reading different translations and different kinds of Bibles is one way that we can get to know God better and get to understand the Bible better. I hope that this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next week. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye bye.